In today's video, I'm going to show you some of my old commercials to one of my first products and talk a little bit about taking that product from idea to market and getting that into customers' hands. Hey, what's up guys? So I just wanted to make today's video on a blog post that I'm making on my personal website. So I have my portfolio, I have some blogs on there, and I wrote up this post about one of my first projects, which I made a few videos on, and I thought it'd be cool to make a video that goes along with it, and at the same time, talk a little bit about that process, taking it to market, and hopefully give you guys some insights on that. So just to give you a backstory, this is a product that I built working for a company where I was working at a laboratory, and essentially we had this super outdated system, and I had this idea of revamping it and making it a lot better and taking it from just an internal system to creating a client interface for it, something that the clients can use. And one of the big issues that our clients had that really sold this product was they would often try to find samples from years back that they performed, maybe line up sample results, trend their data. And the problem with this is every time they would try to find a sample, they would have to call up the lab, and we would have to spend time looking for that sample, spending a lot of valuable time. This probably happened once or twice a week. So I had this idea of building out this platform and at the same time allowing the client just to search for their own samples and give them an interface they can log into. So I'm going to pull up the first mock-up that I actually pitched everybody on. So before selling our customers on this product and starting to market it, I first had to sell my own company. And this part was really easy because I understood the needs of the company, understood what everybody wanted to see. So I drew up this mock-up and I didn't spend too much time on it. You can see it's just a Paint mock-up. So I just used Paint, try to draw on some features, added in a map there. So nothing too crazy, didn't spend too much time on it, but give them an idea of what I had in mind. And once they were on board, this was the easy part. I started having to market the product to customers. So before I spend any time on any kind of idea, I like to do market research. And at the same time, this was an opportunity to start marketing it. So we took this exact mock-up. We didn't worry about creating a beautiful demo. We took this to our trusted clients, people that we're a little bit more comfortable with and forgiving. And we let them see this mock-up, and immediately we were able to gauge what their response was like, what they would like to see in the product, and also see if there was interest in the product. So subconsciously, we're really already starting to market it, and we probably spent about 3 months marketing this demo right here. So we didn't overthink it, and in this process, we had a solid client group excited and ready for this product, and they were already starting to invite us out to conferences to pitch it. And here we were with a mock-up that I made in Paint. So that was kind of cool, and that was again the beginning of that marketing process. Now, marketing it like this could be pretty dangerous because if we don't have a product and we can't deliver it, you could really make yourself look bad. But in this case, I was pretty confident, but I was ready to start building out the product. So my next step here was to start building out the MVP. So this stands for minimal viable product, if for those of you guys that aren't familiar with that. And the idea is to get a product to market as fast as possible without focusing on special features, all the details, and get something in your user's hands. So normally, again, you want to do this with trusted clients that you have a better relationship with, that are maybe more forgiving if there's a mistake. But I had to build out that MVP. And this, I would say, after the initial pitch of that drawing right there, was probably the best step in this entire process. So once we were able to get all this energy around it, we got people excited about the product, I got that MVP into the customer's hands. And at this point, what I'm doing is I'm really getting the customers familiar with the product. They're getting comfortable with it. They're almost starting to rely on it. And this is where the customer actually started building the product with us. Now, if a customer gives you feedback and you apply their feedback into the product, they almost have a vested interest in seeing it succeed because they feel like they were a part of that process and they're going to be more attached to it. So we really worked on building up that loyalty, that connection to it, and we started getting diehard fans for the product. So that was really cool. And our own customers at this point were now becoming advocates for our product before we had the final launch. So with this mockup, I want to pull up the final version of it. So this is actually version 2.0. So you're going to see version 1.0 and 2.0. And I need to close out the demo here. And I can probably go to the next picture. So give me a second. So this was, again, version 2.0 of that system. And we actually gave it a name. We called it Fuel Size. So it's kind of fun to actually name a product and really personalize it. But this was the final version of that product. So this is what we got into the customer's hands. But once we had it, it was time to actually start creating some kind of, we created infographics for it, little brochures, and we also had They weren't necessarily commercials, but they were kind of like instructional videos on how to use it. So this is stuff that we would pitch at conferences. If we went to a client meeting, this was like that introduction to what the product was. We had it on our website. We'd send it in emails when we were in communication. But this was what the customer first saw. So I'm going to show you version 1.0. And this is me awkward in front of a camera. At this point, I didn't do that many videos. So we didn't hire any actors. I just did that. But we did hire some professional help. So let me just play that through. And I'll just kind of comment along and watch that with you guys. So 1.0, this is before we even gave it the name FuelSite. So let's go ahead and watch it through. Fuel quality management can be a challenging task for facility and site managers. So that's me with my original drawings in the background there. Organizing data from tests they've performed in the past and understanding the issues occurring in their fuel. This can lead to misscheduled testing, ignoring critical warning signs, and overall poor fuel maintenance. That's why we developed a fuel management portal that organizes all of your samples online with customizable search features, points out common and reoccurring issues in your fuel, and lets you see trends in your samples. So at this point, I'm just going through each part of the dashboard and I'm trying to show them what their features were. So I'm just kind of highlighting sections and making little comments about them. Having your data organized. My first search bar, which didn't work that well, but I got the job done. Specific needs and use past data and the ability to view a particular sample you put in place. After working with countless customers, we saw the potential to. So the first commercial, I just kind of end the video with me just giving the background, talking about the next release and what we're going to do with it next. So the whole idea was, again, just to do a product overview, get them excited about it. And because of my industry, or because of our industry, this product was really exciting. And I did spend a little bit of time on just cleaning it up because in this, in the scientific industry, things tend to be very boring. They don't focus on design. So that really stood out. So the second commercial I'm about to show you, this is going to be 2.0. This one, I don't talk at all. I just kind of do an overview of it. And this is what was the most recent product before I sold it. So we definitely beefed things up. And that domain that you're seeing right there is actually no longer a live website. They changed it to something else. I don't know what it is. They have a new development team on it. So that's not going to work, I don't think, if you go to it. So let's go ahead and just play this one through. And I'll probably just fast forward a little bit and through certain sections just to kind of do a quick recap of it. So my new map there with some trending. So this part built mostly by clients. This was clients telling us exactly how they wanted it. So that trending feature, they're able to click on certain testing, graph it out. That was a really exciting feature. So downloadable Excel sheet right there. Essentially, the customer was able to search through that table right there, download their data. Again, this is stuff that I kind of thought about, but I really didn't spend that much time on because I didn't understand the actual need for it. But once I started noticing client after client mention something along this line, this is where I really realized, okay, if I build this in, spend time on it, they're going to want it. So that was the idea of getting that feedback. And the commercial pretty much ends right here. So ends in 3 seconds. So I'm just going to close that out. And that's it for this video. So the blog post, if you want to check out the full commercials, so everything that I just showed, watch the whole commercial here. It's going to be in this blog post. It's on DennisIV.com. It's under laboratory management platform. So go check it out. I might add details to this later, but I am going to grab this video, embed it into that along with extra links there. So go ahead, check that out. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoy this.